Andres Klein of Maxicon in Miami. Andres, can you tell me a little bit about how lighting control and lighting fixtures fits into the portfolio of solutions down at your integration firm?
Sure. Thank you, Arlen, for having me. Definitely lighting control and lighting fixtures is one of the growing trends that we've been having, for the past 5 years. So I can tell you that exponentially, lighting fixtures in particular are one of the most exciting areas of growth in our company.
Now let's talk about, individual brands in terms of lighting fixtures. We know that your company does a bit with DMF Lighting, which we wanted to discuss because DMF in the lighting fixture category in general, with this year's CE Pro 100 brand analysis, the category in general saw a huge jump in numbers from when we first started tracking it. And DMF Lighting was one of those companies that saw that as well. What can you tell us about working with DMF in terms of what types of solutions they offer and how those fit into your various lighting fixtures, your designs, and your systems?
Yes, DMF is probably the one brand that is more close to what we do in audio. Okay, we're used to in architectural audio to have the same pre-construction bracket and have multiple types of speakers that we can actually set up in the ceiling. And the one of the things that we love about DMF is that actually ability to have a one housing and the possibility of really playing with multiple lamps and multiple trims. So we can work very well, at a pre-construction phase, at a rough phase without any changes, and then actually work if the designer wanted to make some changes and wanted to see how that trim is going to look like at the time that we're ready for that. DMF has that possibility, and there's just not that many companies out there that will allow you to actually interchange lamps, engines, and trims in that same way.
You mean in terms of not having to rip out the whole thing and redo it, you can work within the frame infrastructure that they provide to
Correct.
figure out different multiple solutions fit into that?
Correct. And coming back to the question that you said, how is our sales team, approaching this? By the way, DMF is actually the most easy to approach by anybody in the sales team, because again, you're comfortable that you can sell a rough portion, and then you can play at the time that it's really at the time of installation with multiple options for the customer. So anybody in our sales team can actually specify a DMF fixture. Anybody.
And how do you demo their solutions? Do you have a section of your showroom? I know we had talked about your showroom before. Is there a section dedicated to different lighting fixtures as opposed to, audio or video and other kind of control solutions?
Absolutely. We have we have actually multiple spaces. Every space that we have obviously has lighting and lighting fixtures and lighting control. But we have a specific room where we actually demo different types of fixtures, different types of color temperatures, so we can actually customers can understand how color temperature affects how that technology like warm dim actually can be an amazing add-on to their homes. Definitely, this is something you have to experience. This is not something that can come only from a catalog standpoint.
Right. So when say a couple comes in and they want to talk about these sort of things, tell me about how that conversation progresses then, and then you take them into the showroom and what kind of things are sort of scripted into that conversation.
Right. Well, we do have actually a script in the showroom, and we go from a standard halogen light, then we move to to a standard GU10 retrofit LED light, which is what a lot of general contractors here in South Florida know. And then we show them what a full LED fixture can do for them. And then we actually dim the lights and we compare it with the other fixtures. We show them the color temperature, so we are able to fill up a whole room with a warm, with a cold temperature. That's actually very impressive. And in some cases, of course, we talk about wellness, and we play, human-centric lighting, our playlist of human-centric lighting scenes, which is also very impressive. And I think
And
people,
that's using, you have a certain scenario where you have that using DMF fixtures that kind of cater to that, the circadian rhythms throughout the day that mimic the regular daylight.
yeah, people think, that you can only do circadian with full RGBW engines, and that's not correct. You can really play that same music, lighting music, with warm dimming, which makes it much more efficient, for the customer to pay for it, to buy it, and to implement it everywhere. So DMF has that option. One of the things that we love about DMF is actually, if you compare how smooth and how low you can get in the range of dimming compared to other brands, it's not noticeable. I mean, you can really see and feel the difference of how the dimming of a lamp from DMF actually performs compared to other brands in market. That's definitely one of the great things that they have.
Great. And what other benefits have you seen from DMF in terms of, has it helped you expand your customer base at all, or expand your potential applications for using the lighting products?
Yes. So one of the things that we like about DMF is the simplicity that they have in order to present the product and the options. So from a standpoint of catalog and just, browsing options with the specifier, it's really easy. It's extremely easy. Very different, from other companies where their focus is actually all over the place. You have 1,000 lamps, and you have this, that, it's too much, when you're going through catalogs of other companies. DMF is really focused on precisely what we need in our industry, which is architectural lighting, options for retrofit, which is not something that we talk about, but it's an amazing opportunity. We here in Florida, we have a lot of houses are being built with very ugly and bigger than 6 or 8 inch cans, and DMF has some amazing retrofit options, and for that you don't need a lighting designer. This is something that any salesperson can actually go. Just look at the ceiling, and the same place where you're specifying a speaker, next to it there's a very ugly lamp. Let me show you how that lamp will look like if we just make an exchange. And right there, at the side of the customer's home, you can quickly, just interchange the trim that you have there, the light bulb, and put and retrofit it with a DMF product. And that's something that you don't really need to have any knowledge about lighting design. So the retrofit options that we have, opportunities that we have with DMF are amazing.
So you're giving it a really sleek, modern touch to the old lighting, almost like you're doing with other technology upgrades. It's just that time, right? It's us, hey, we can upgrade the video, we can upgrade the audio, we can upgrade the lighting while we're at it.
Right. And different from audio video, lighting makes happier everybody in the family. It doesn't matter age or sex, everybody's happy, it's looking at something that is different, more modern, it affects them immediately. So that's something that we have an opportunity to do that.
Perfect. Well, Andres, thank you so much for taking the time to run us through some of DMF Lighting's products and how you're using lighting fixtures in general. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Arlen.